welcome back to the channel. I have this piece of pine, and this is going to assist me in this video, excuse me, into making what I announced at the end of our last video. If you didn't see our last video, I'll leave a card up. But I announced that I would be making some form of Christmas ornaments. This piece of pine is, I'm sure you're not in the way, is 1620, and it's 97mm. It's actually 4x2, and just to clarify, it's a 63 3/4 inches long. So I'm going to machine this up. But before I start, I would like to just raise a big thank you to all our new subscribers. Our last video generated 39 new subscribers, massively overwhelming, and I can't thank you all enough. And also our current supporters who have been with us for a while. So thank you for that. I'm going to run the intro. There may or may not be some machining on this because I think it can be a bit boring for people. If not, let me know if you want to see that sort of stuff if I don't put it in. And we'll get some timber ready and let's make some trees. Various trees, but let's make some trees out of this big piece of 4x2. I'll run the intro and I'll see you on the other side. Right, they're all done. Granted, it's not all of that piece of 4x2 I was using. This is just a small portion because I've got other types to do. Now, we're going to make, let me get that out of the way. We're going to make one of them. Now this has been made a number of times over the on the internet and to YouTube, and it's a straightforward tray. I'm making it purely because my wife's asked me to make one of these. You need for this 1 at 10 1/4, which is the base. 4, 10 1/4. Sorry, that's 260mm. 4 at 5 1/2. That's these two. These four. Sorry. 1 at 6 inch. And 1 at 6.5 inches. That's 153mm, 165mm. If you're interested for more detail, there are videos. It has a 30-degree bevel on it, which can be done with a sliding bevel with a protractor, which you can mark out and cut by hand. I'm fortunate enough I have a chop saw, so I'm going to set that up and start cutting these up. I'll see you over there. Now, unfortunately I misled you on the first one. This is the second iteration of this tree. I underestimated how bloody fiddly it would be. However, the measurements I got, I took off a wrong sample. So as I said, you need 4 at 5 1/2 or 140mm, 1 at 10 1/4, 260, which is your base. It's the top ones that are different. They need to be 1 at 8 inch and 1 at 7 inch, roughly either 200mm or 180mm. With those, you should be fine. Now, I've moved the camera. Hopefully you can get a bird's eye view. I am conscious of videos I've done where it looks like you're behind me, Like I say, this is fiddly. So what I've come up with is I want 2 clamps and a template. That's your spacer. Okay, try and keep everything even. We're going to glue it. We're going to just use normal tight bond glue. You could use like a CA glue or super glue with activator, which would stop the it'd hold it a lot quicker while the glue sets. But let's say we're going to pin nail it. Where's my pin nailer? Yeah, so I got my pin nailer. So as I said to you, it is a fiddly thing. Maybe my hands are just too big for it, I don't know. But let's crack on. Hopefully you'll catch all this. And I don't swear a lot. That's the one thing I'm trying to avoid. So you get your two of your 5.5, and they basically sit, oops, like so. Now one of the problems is, as I've said on other projects, is we're gluing up to end grain, and unfortunately end grain wants to drink all your glue as much as you can. Now just for pure video purposes, I'm just going to get on with this, and let's just get it made, eh? So I am using quite a lot to try and compensate as much as I can for that the glue. Let's make sure we're in there. So what I found when I was doing the prototype, should we call it, is I'm coming from underneath just to make sure these fit. The original prototype was of thinner timber, so they took it quite well. Now one thing I will suggest, or should suggest, is if you can see there, get that glue out now. I mean, these are to be painted, they're not being done by me. My good lady's doing them. I came in early this morning to try and work out a quicker and easier way for me to do these. Thankfully I've only got this one and the other one to do. The other one I've already done. I've just got to put a foot on the bottom. That's that bit done. So that's your base. Clear your glue off. These angles are. There you go. So that's your base. So with the template, put your template like so. Can you see that? Yep. I do forget that I'm being filmed. So what I found is clamp your template on, so stop that moving. You know you're flush at the bottom, and done. Now this bit here, you've got force you can push down on there. Would help if my bloody bench was flat, to be honest, but you work with what you've got. Like that. And at each stage, check your glue line. Get it out of the way. It's just easier now. Don't get me wrong, you can do it after. It just saves a lot of heartache as it builds. Same again. I don't usually use these spring clamps as much, but I'll tell you what, they've come in their own here. So again, you can downward force that way. And if you're not confident with a nail gun, you can clamp that and do it individually, like so. Now, this is the bit that I'm a bit anxious about. There's our two pieces. One should go and there like so, and the other should go like that, like that, like so. So, as you can see, that is not in line, and that will be by the time. There's a bit of flexibility on this, which I don't like, I'll be honest. But if you get one Christmas out of it, you've done well, haven't you? So again, put your clamp on. let's get this done. Now this has got to be glued in 2 spots, so get you clamped on. Can you see that? You can. It's still a bit flimsy at the moment. So 2 points, one on the end grain, best tool use ever given, that finger. Just making sure you have a cloth, and on the face of that one. So push that in there like so. Now for this one, what I did was, because I know it's in the right place at the bottom, I clamped that also, because the key is I want to make sure I get that, let me just make sure you can see that, in the right place. Because that's in place there, I can now remove that one and do the same again. That template really coming on its own there. So again, go off your glue lines. So I don't. Let me just make sure you can see this. Am I right there? See the glue line. To be honest with you, this glue brush has been fantastic, but I don't tend to use it a lot for gluing up. I tend to use my finger, but I use the other end for cleaning out. Okay, let's get you in another position and you can have a look. So there you go, that was the prototype. There's no sanding going on this or finessing, for want of a better word. And it is as it's got a foot. There's the one we've just made. If you look, it's only slightly taller than this one. Well, if you look at it that way, it's quite taller. It's quite much taller. So that's got to let that go off to glue. What I would suggest is if you do these and batch them out, get yourself a template, or if you want to do a board and lay it all out, you just have to make sure that all these pieces are identical. This template is a little bit forgiving. But they're very, very weak at the moment, I think. So if I look at that one there, there's not much movement because obviously everything is dry. I really don't want to push this one, but you know, there's a bit of give in it. So leave it to one side, let it dry, and you'll be good to go. Now I've got to do the feet for it. I'm going to let these dry first. So let me just put that one out of the way. And let's do another type of tree. So off camera, as you saw that 4x2, I machined it all up, and I have now got a plank. This needs cleaning up. I am going to do it, I think I'm going to just do it with the belt sander because it would just be quicker rather than getting the planer out. Don't worry, you're not going to see any of that. I'll get that cleaned up, I'll bring you back and we'll see what we do with this one. Back in a moment. Okay, you know what, even after all the years of woodworking, it still fascinates me how you can turn a simple block of wood into a plank. That's been done, all that's been is sanded down. I did originally, when I sawn these, decide on a 3/4 finish. Now, just to prove, I think you can make it out there. That one's thinner than that one because I was going to run through the planer, but I thought for the exercise, no, I'm not going to bother. Right, so more Christmas trees. So what I've done is I've measured the height of this, which is 290 mil, or roughly about 11.5 inches. I've come across the same, I've halved it, 145, and I've joined all the points up. Now, I've got a bit of luck really with this, because, stand that one up there, as you can see, that you can make that out. I've managed to get one and another one here. So I'm going to run them through on the chop saw, cut these angles out, and we'll make this into a fancy tree, eh? Okay, I'll see you at the chop saw. So I'm not sure whether I mentioned it, it's an angle of 27 degrees. Now, this is a 10-inch chop saw, so it will not reach the exact to the end, but I'll deal with that if I have to by hand. But we'll get them cut, and where's my ear protection? We'll get them cut, and we'll end up with 2 pieces. Oh, we did cut it. Oh well. I forgot my dust extraction though, didn't I? Just jump in front of you. Okay, so we've got the 2 pieces cut. Excuse me. Now, this is down to preference really, but I'm planning on doing a 75mm or 3-inch down from the point, and 75mm and 3-inch from the left hand side. Then I've measured 3-inch. Reason being is I'm going to be using a well used, it's actually, can I get you zoomed in there? A 76mm cutter, hole saw, and the idea is is that I shall be cutting it approximately there, which is, I can get the measurement in, I'm doing this a bit on the fly really, because I have done something similar, but they tend to tell me, client, customer, whatever it tells me, but I haven't been told anything this time. You do a bit of, one of better words, faffing around, and you can soon suss out what you're doing, suss out what you need to do, as it looks aesthetically correct. You're going to see today if it does look aesthetically pleasing, and if it doesn't, I've got another one there to do it, and another board to make another couple. So let's get some protection down. Let's use that, I'm afraid. Where's our piece? Here's a drill. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to move you over so you get a better shot, and we can get this cut. Okay, the image lens itself, the image or the design I'm going off, the lens that piece there comes out and becomes the, for a better word, the gang loader. Problem is, that's a pain in the backside to do. Plus it looks tiny. So what I've done off camera is I've made a bigger piece so you can see for comparison. I don't think it looks thingy. So that would then be fastened on there, and it would illuminate the baubles, I believe, that are going in this. So I'm going to get that fastened on now. I'm just going to glue and pin it. Now that it's still out, let's just yeah, so we'll get that glued and pinned into position, and not far off finishing this off, just got to, like I say, let it dry. I mean, it's like anything, there's a number of ways of doing anything. And if you think I've done it wrong or a different way, please leave us a comment. Let's get this in. Make sure I haven't shot out, which I haven't, thank God. And let that set. And I'm going to see what my good lady wants finishing on it, and we'll take it from there. There you go, we have the feet. So that's them two done. These are to be finished by my good lady. And out the other board, as you saw little bits, I've done those two as well. These will have baubles hanging down. Again, the image shown a smaller version, which basically is what that's cut out of and got there. Personally, I felt it was too small, so I made that a little bit bigger out the offcuts. Also, again, the image, and if I find the image, I will put it on, shows where there's holes drilled through the front so you can attach a bauble. I'm not doing that. I'm going to put a hook in there once they've been finished, and it can hang free so there's nothing penetrating the face. If you've stuck to the end, I'd like to thank you. Thank you very much for doing so. Again, I can't express how overwhelmed we are with the subscribers we've gained. I hope that just continues. Please, if you think we deserve it, please leave a like, comment and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. I'm not sure whether it'll be a Christmas thing. I just don't know. We'll see. See you next time.